Meet the latest addition to the Car Advice long-term garage, the Hyundai Kona Electric Highlander. There are a lot of questions about living with an electric car, and over the next 6 months we're going to try and answer them with a lot of city driving and a lot of highway driving. But before we get to that, let's take a look at what we're working with. Because it's the range-topping Highlander, our Kona Electric is priced at $64,490 before on-roads. That makes it 20 grand more than the base Ioniq Electric and $15,000 pricier than a Nissan Leaf. Lucky there's lots of standard equipment then. Camera and radar-based autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, driver attention alert, lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise, and rear cross traffic alert are all standard. Our car also has LED headlights, heated and cooled leather seats, a head-up display, and wireless phone charging. Power comes from an electric motor on the front axle, making 150 kilowatts of power and 395 newton meters of torque. With a 64 kilowatt hour battery under the floor, it'll do 450 kilometers of driving in the real world. At least, it will according to Hyundai. Depending on your connection, the car takes between 55 minutes and 10 hours to charge. So, the Hyundai Kona Electric. I want to get this on the table right from the start. I like driving electric cars. I like the torque, I love how smooth and quiet they are, and I love that they're just a little bit different. You have to think about what you're doing. Early on though, the Kona is one of the most normal electric cars I've driven, certainly compared to something like the BMW i3. The throttle is really smooth and beautifully calibrated, and the regenerative braking is really clever in the way it kicks in. It doesn't throw your head forward unless you want it to, because you can control it with these paddles behind the steering wheel. So essentially, you can make the car feel as electric or as normal and internal combustion as you want with those. As for the interior, well, it feels pretty much like a normal Kona in here with a lot more silver. So far, it's a pretty nice place to spend time though. I'm sitting a bit too high, which could get annoying. It's annoying me at the moment, but the seat warmers are absolutely roasting my bum, which is great because it's freezing in Melbourne at the moment. The only real complaint I have so far is that over bumps and lumps and that sort of thing, it's a little bit noisy. And if you really put your foot down in the wet, which I'm not going to do because we're on a quiet suburban street at the moment, the car will spin its tyres really easily. I think it's because they're low rolling resistance, but we're going to have to investigate that further. For more on this, of course, you're going to have to stay tuned for our updates on the website. I'm really excited to see what life's like with the Kona Electric, but the real test, of course, will come as it comes through my hands and the hands of pretty much everyone at the Car Advice office. Stay tuned to caradvice.com for all of our long-term updates and to see how our relationship with the car blossoms. And make sure you hit the subscribe button for all the latest Car Advice content on YouTube.